The OGs are back. Sukk and Order, two of the greatest to ever touch PUBG Mobile, are finally playing together in the same team on the global stage. And it's all thanks to Weibo Gaming, who just pulled off one of the craziest glow-ups of the year. They won the first ever Hong Kong Invitational, and in doing so, they secured their ticket to the Esports World Cup. But here's the insane part. This wasn't even their original roster, the roster which played PEL Spring. This lineup was formed just 2 weeks before the tournament, and they still won it all. Now the new Weibo roster of Sukk, Order 33Z and Heck might not just be a team, but a legacy in the making.
And they are going to be pushing onto KN. I'm not sure. Wait, hold on. KN just got evaporated, eviscerated in 2 seconds. Just like that, they're all gone. And now, Weibo trying to see if they can turn it around. And third party, I think it's a 3v3 at the moment. 3-3Z.
Yes!
Diego Lawrence, a jump shot from Order. This world champion takes them all down. What in the world was that from Order?
So now it's official. Sukk and Order can play together. And not just, they are decent. We are talking top-tier cracked synergy from the jump. Because for the longest time, there were rumors, talks that these two didn't get along, that their chemistry wouldn't click, and that this duo might not work in the same system. Well, that myth just got shattered. Because at the Hong Kong Invitational, Sukk and Order didn't just coexist. They dominated. Their coordination, insane. Their comms, on point. Their timing, unreal. This wasn't just a super performance. It was a statement.
Spirit, a team that would have used that point to get closer to you. Denying that is worth double. And they're not stopping. Order pushes. They know they have the advantage in numbers and in position. This
Great
one,
Molotov.
Molly, could spell doom. That's the first, that's the second.
So let's run it back. Let's have a recap on exactly how Weibo's run through the tournament went and how they turned a 2-week-old roster into champions. Weibo didn't start off as gods. Game 1 was mid, 3rd place with 0 eliminations. That's literally a passive finish. They didn't even challenge LGD when it mattered. They got wiped without any resistance or without a fight back. Not the best look. But then Game 2 dropped and Weibo flipped the switch. They took an early fight against Tianpa, lost Order in the chaos and then lost Heck later too. But guess what? Sukk and 33Z clutched it up. They took down Not Troop, then cleaned up BTR with VPE's help and secured a 2nd place with 9 eliminations. Now that felt like Weibo.
And this is where now VP have to push this.
This is the final fight, Nep. This is the final fight. This is where it all ends. And Vampire absolutely obliterate BTR. They are coming to sweep in and take down Weibo. But keep in mind, there is a player on the roof. If he's able to find the knock, but that's it. Position's been given away. So now it's a 2v4. If you send someone on a wide swing on the far end, you don't need it though. Miaula with the nades takes the first one down. 3-3Z, the last one alive. You don't have enough shotgun shells, baby.
Now Game 3 was a disaster. Early drop, 15th place. But Game 4 was a bounce back. They took out Thundertalk and then wiped Team Spirit and closed the game with a clean 10 eliminations victory. Then they followed it up with a 7th place and 2nd place in Game 5 and a 5th place finish in Game 6. By the end of Day 1, Weibo Gaming were at the top of the table. They looked confident, structured, and dangerous.
When Team Spirit are distracted, when rejects are busy, when A7 is just down to 1 in that off angle out in the open, he's gonna go down super duper easily. WBG looking like they are gonna take this win. Here they come across the road. Is this a little soon? Maybe Order goes down. That's a little bit preemptive, but these explosives are just gonna do all the damage. There we go. All you need is one player across the road to do the things you need them to do, and here we go. In fact, just down to a solo here. It is a 1v4.
Yeah, but notice how they are not all running rampant towards that last player. They are still playing together up until the very last moment. They want to secure those eliminations, but you see, those kind of mistakes can happen. In fact, now in a 1v3, can he do it outside the zone? He cannot, and Weibo Gaming get themselves the chicken dinner in the last Erangel of the day.
Now Day 2, that's when Weibo exploded. They just said, you know what, let's end this early. Game 1, solid 4th place. Game 2, 2nd place with 9 eliminations. And Game 3, boom. chicken dinner plus 9 eliminations. 3 games, pure dominance, straight to the 100 points club.
They have to get that reset, but is there going to be anything they can do? Great Molotov. Hang on here. Hang on.
No. Weibo, what doing? I mean, look. Relax. It's all fine. They still have the zone. They still have the, well, they may not have the, they still do have the numbers, okay?
They still have the numbers.
They are up against Federals in the MVP, but it is going to be a 3v1. They should be able to get the revive onto Sukk, unless this nade gets the knock onto both. Nope. Overcooked on that front. Just eat everything you got. Throw it all. Still wait. Weibo are like, you know what? It doesn't matter. We have the advantage finally. Sukk pulls up one more time. Federals gets the knock up to the first one, switches up, and now it's gonna be Order with that B90. Absolutely shreds him. There it is, finally. It was made incredibly difficult, but Weibo still secure their chicken dinner, and they will hold on to that #1 spot.
Now game 4 was chill, they played it slow, and game 5 was another dominance, 2nd place with 9 eliminations. But the final game of the day was a mess up, 16th place with just 2 eliminations. But guess what? That didn't even matter, because by the end of day 2, Weibo was still sitting at the top, 122 points with a solid 19-point lead over BTR. And then came the big number. Add that with 30 points and 152. That was the smash threshold set by Weibo. Day 3, the final day. The mission was simple on paper. Hit the smash threshold, get a CD, and win the damn championship. But what actually happened was a disaster.
You see a massive step up from so many of the bottom place teams just because that pressure is gone. But hold on. WBG up against Vampires right now. Order is down, but so is Schweppes. And that's going to be a double knock? A double knock from Vampire. Going to be taking out both of them. WBG just down to a solo, and Sandstorm, this is not the team we've known and loved for the last 2 days. This is completely different. I mean, at least Sukk is the one who's left alive now.
Match after match after match. Weibo fumbled. 6 straight games of disappointment. No CDs, no momentum, no vibe. And just like that, Influence Rage came out of nowhere and stole the top spot. Weibo dropped to 2nd. The lead was gone. And suddenly, the whispers were back. The Sukk curse is real. But this time, he wasn't alone. He had the squad. Order, 33Z, and Heck. This team knows how to bounce back. Match 19, 2nd place. Match 20, 2nd place again. And just like that, Weibo Gaming were back at the top. But now it all came down to one final match. Just one game between Weibo and Influence Rage. 2 points separated them. Whoever placed better wins it all. The final game starts and tensions were off the charts. And then it happened.
Influence Rage and ThunderTalk Gaming. We focus on these 2 fights. We focus on these 2 squads, as they are the ones with a tournament life. And DK, Osal, what are you doing?
Wait,
You're
what?
taking out 3! Influence Rage! Influence Rage lose 3! And one man
ThunderTalk
destroys the dreams and hopes of a nation, the hopes of a squad to be crowned champions, surpassing all expectations. And he goes more. He's still taking down TM as well. Are you kidding me? 5. He takes down 5. Do not mess with Osal. What in the world just happened?
Osal? Bro.
A one-man army. A nuclear warhead on
Influence
Flex.
Rager out. Influence Rager out. They do
That's it.
not
It's
win.
done. It's done.
They do not win.
Weibo need to survive.
Influence Rage gets eliminated early and it was done. No more math, no more pressure. Weibo Gaming just had to survive. They ended the match in 7th place, but it didn't matter at all. The job was already done. Weibo Gaming were the champions.
The profile of Invitational champion.
WBG.
I love that they're still
winning the
analyzing the game. Look at
2025
Sukk
Hong
just
Kong
trying to break down those
Invitational.
final plays.
Congratulations.
In the middle of winning, he's like, nah, see, we did this and that. could have done this and that. It's like, bro, you won.
Please come to the stage and lift the trophy that belongs to you.
Sukk finally lifts a trophy after years. With Order by his side, with 33Z and Heck locking it down, a roster built 2 weeks ago just won a global slot in the entire tournament. Now, the last time we saw Sukk on the global stage was in PMGC 2023, where he led Weibo straight to the grand finals from the group stage. Same was for 33Z. He was there too, but with a different squad. It was 6-8. Also went straight to the grand finals, and that was his last appearance at the globals. And then there's Order, last seen at PMGO 2024 with Nova. A disappointing run, and soon after Paraboy left, and that Nova era ended. Now here we are, Sukk, Order, 33Z, together playing under Weibo, back on the global stage at the Esports World Cup. Stacked with experience, loaded with pressure, and 100% one of the fan favorites. So now the big question is, can they do it? Can this roster dominate a global tournament again after everything, after the break, the reshuffle, the doubt? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and if you vibe with the story, make sure to subscribe to the Gamers Corner.